live, I go into my studio. I always do this, and I always forget to take like the tail end of this off. But now that we're on live right now, there, I got to change the thumbnail of this, guys, before I even start. So let me go use thumbnail. And then let me just see if I could find it. New office. There you go. New office PNG. And there we are. So that's up to go. People aren't even here yet, so I got time. See if I get the comment section down on this side. And here we go. Where's my remote for this thing? Ah, there you go. Treadmill stream. Let's do it. 2, 1. Let's rock. It always creaks like this just before we start. Every single time. One person that's in here, I gotta wait till this thing stops doing its little creak thing. I'm gonna push this guy just like a little bit back, like a little ways. I'm also gonna move the cord for this name light out of the way, so I don't, oh, that's gonna be rough. Okay, so here we are. We're back in. We're back in it. I feel like there's been a lot of live streams today. Cam just went on live. My homie Chris Tejas went on live. We got Mac Chowdhury in the building. What's going on, Mac? You were on the Discord, so you got to see. Yeah, Chris, I was just saying. I got to like the tail end of your stream. Also, guys, let me know if the audio's okay. This is a totally new setup for me, so I'm trying to just make sure everything works as well as possible. Hopefully it does. But once everybody's in, we'll, I got to do a little doc on the Nikon ZR that I've kind of said a little bit about, but not said much. But we're here now. Also, the treadmill streams are back. I got the desk set up with the treadmill underneath. But let me know about this audio, because I'm still trying to figure this out. Wireless mic RX. It should be working just fine. Jeez, Max Chowdhury. I didn't even put value in yet. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. So this is the new setup. This is the new office. Bunch more angles. It's a much bigger room. It's actually not that much bigger. It's just the windows and stuff are angled differently. And I'm able to make a lot more content in it. And because it's a little bit bigger, there's more space. It opens up the ability for me to do things like more educational content and more courses. Reason being is in that little tiny office, it's just hard to maneuver angles. It's hard to also do like things like top-down setups. Like I haven't done a good top-down since 18 months. So being able to show things in a better way. So that, space for light, especially when I have lighting tutorials, I would rent out studios for like $400 a day or $250 a day. Now I could just do that at home because I have everything I need. And my brother has a balcony like just below us. And I could actually, technically speaking, I could put a 1200 on a combo stand on the balcony and have it right through this window and be our sun. Can that treadmill do incline? It can. It has like a hard stop incline. It doesn't really tell you the degrees, so you can put it in varying levels. My elbow's still messed up. I actually got to put that Action 5 video up in the next couple of minutes, but like that ATV getting launched off it kind of affected me more than I thought it would. To where I've lifted once in the last month. So I'm on this treadmill until further notice. Audio sounds good. I can hear the treadmill more this time though. Okay, so I got to figure that out. I wonder if I could turn the noise reduction down on this. Let me see. Let me see something. Configuring noise cancellation moderate. Let me know if that changes anything. Is the saturation low on video? That's weird. That's weird. It's a standard profile. Put a pop filter on the treadmill itself. It lessened the treadmill sound. Yeah, I had the noise reduction turned off. So like even if I turn it up to like aggressive, This might be a little bit too much in terms of the robot noise. Yeah, that's weird. My thing does look less. Huh. I don't know why it looks like that. It's still there, but it's a lot lower. Okay, cool. So yeah, I could turn down the noise reduction. I could also see if I could turn. Maybe if I turn the gain down. One, two, three. That's higher up. So one, two, three. Testing, testing. It'll turn my audio down a bit. So if I move a little bit closer, but if I turn it down even more, hopefully that's not too low. Hopefully that's not too low. Am I showing straight log? That's so weird. Okay. That's a strange thing because it's the exact same color profile as always. Let me check what it looks like on browse. Like I'm looking at it now and it doesn't look, it looks a little bit grayer. YouTube makes video adjustments on saturation. Yeah, which is super strange because this has been the same color profile I've always used. Let me take a look. I'm gonna look at my own stuff and I'm gonna see maybe there's something wrong with me. Yeah, it is looking a little washed out. Huh. That's a very strange thing to happen. You know what? I'm gonna talk to I'll talk to Doc and I'll see if I could fix that. Treadmill sound is gone. Okay, so treadmill sound is gone. So I got the gain settings right on here. That's great. It is a bit washed out. Yeah, I'm looking at it on my phone. I look light skinned. Don't tell me. It's February. You can't be telling me that kind of business, bro. It looks good. Hashtag filmic. Yeah, no. So it is. It is. I mean, clearly HLG. Actually, when I'm not. Right now it is on standard profile. You know what it might be? I've had my white balance adjusted for a really long time now, to a certain degree, and maybe that'll solve. Huh? Will that solve any problems? I'm trying to like look at it on my phone. New setup looks sweet. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, JD. Like that looks a little more saturated because I put it like I made it warmer. But super friggin' weird that it looks kind of like log on in here. It looks like I put haze on it. Like looking at my phone, it looks like there's haze on it. Anyways, if you guys can get past that, we can get started. Now I look really red though. Okay, so I'm just gonna come back then. Let me just go to 5900 and I'm gonna put my tint down here. See if that changed anything. Huh. Well, that's super strange. I might have to change this over and use the Pixis instead. But it is very, very super curious that I've changed nothing on this camera. But I guess we're going to do some studio stuff and then we'll go from there. Yeah, it's like haze, like the black level is low. Yeah, okay, that is weird. I'm seeing if I could even adjust that. I wonder if you can. Can you adjust black levels? No. I'll figure something out. I do know what you mean though. I wonder if like, is it the filter I'm using? But also, that's what that filter looks like when it's off. This is why I recommend the short stash everyday filter. Oh, you know what? Hang on a second. Okay. Maybe it's not as hazy now. Well, okay. If we could deal with it, we could answer questions. I got to talk about this Nikon doc, and we're gonna go from there. How come new studio? So I'm still in the same house. I have not moved houses, but my girlfriend works from home. We share an office in the other office room, and I think it just like we're both in a very very confined space. So we have the master. Honestly, like we're barely in here. We have a big ass couch, like we have a big TV. So like we're either watching TV or we're working, and then we just like fall asleep and it goes to the next day. So we figured I don't need as big as a bedroom. I can make the bedroom look really nice, but I don't need as big of a bedroom. in order to get what I want. So I moved my stuff here. We're setting her up her wall for self tapes, and when she makes content in the room as well, which I'm also probably going to use. And her work from home stuff is just outside in the living room. So basically, just a rejig of the house. But this color was the color I wanted for the office after I saw it, and I never got it, and I was really sad about it. So somehow, some way, we've moved things around. This is done because we're watching a pro have to make adjustments in real time. I would have panicked and folded the stream, would have been canceled for technical difficulties. Hey, it is what it is. Sure. So go, love that 9-2. Kobe put some forehead grease on that lens. What's for forehead G's? Cam, I know it's Black History Month, but you still have to be able to spell, bro. What up, Central? So we got people in the cut. We got 30. Well, we got 30. I can start talking. So basically, what's been happening, I haven't talked much about it, or have maybe a little bit, but I have a new partnership with a retail store based in Montreal, Quebec. They're called Excellent Photo. And this is kind of Brandon Talbot's fault a little bit. And Central, y'all really ew. Get out of here. Anyways, store started in Montreal, and I guess for the longest time, and a lot of my audience thinks that I live in the United States. That's not true, guys. I live in Canada. I live in Toronto, just like everyone else from YouTube. And the owner of that store wanted to meet up, and basically what they're trying to do is, instead of just have like videos on their business channel that's just like a guy reviewing stuff, they wanted to invest in doing a documentary series that like really highlights Canadian sport. And as someone that shoots a lot of fitness, that works out for me. Someone who likes documentary works out for me. And if they didn't know I was Canadian, the project would have never happened. But effectively, I'm going to 8 or 9 provinces this year to cover a unique, like the culture around a sport that's unique to where that place is. So, for example, like Saskatchewan doesn't have a sports team, to my knowledge, right? But they have the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Hang on 1 second. Lee's sending me some weird stuff. So Saskatchewan has no professional sports team, but what they do have is they have the Roughriders, which is their football team. So that's the only team they have, and they have a big rider bus. So there's a big culture around like the bus riding to all the away games. So I'm going to cover stuff like that. And then, sorry, Cam sent me something that threw me off. On top of that, part of the documentary series is some of the Northern Territories. So if you've ever heard of the Yukon, Northwest Territories, we're going to both of those to cover the Inuit Games, which is in March, and ice fishing, which is like directly after. And the cool part about that is getting that film funded happened from the retail stores' partnerships with all of the brands that they do retail business with. So, for example, we'll have camera brand sponsors for this documentary in March for the 2 provinces. We do Quebec right after, Toronto after that, and then Saskatchewan, Calgary, or Alberta is right after that, and then the Maritimes at the end of the year. So those are all things that are on the table. Am I going to Nova Scotia? Yes. I think I'm doing Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI, and I think that's all at once. Because I think the where is it? The Highland Games are going to be there. Oh, did I just close? Oh, okay, it's right there. So they have a clothing sponsor. For Northwest Territories, we actually just started looking for that today. So hopefully by the time we get there, we have one. And I know what you mean. It's very cold. Like I live in like Ontario, and it'll get like negative 30 Celsius, but it'll get cold. What's about a free shoot? For each one, I won't know until the end of the year. because the way that it's working is each brand is like I'm getting paid by Excellent Photo. I'm not getting paid as a brand deal. Like this is a DP job for the most of it, and but I will be making content because I want to be able to increase my own budget while I'm there. But the hard part with that is that the brands gave the budget for the entire year, and the producer that we're working with is splitting it up between all 9 provinces. Hard part is that some of them have more budget for certain provinces than others. I don't know what that is. I just called my own rate, so I'll get paid my day rate for however many days I'm going to be there. But budget for the entire project, I'll know at the end. Yeah, you're going way up north. It's cold up there. Yeah, it's gonna be freezing. It's gonna be freaking cold. But yeah, no, to the budget question, because I'm not the producer on this, I'm not an EP for this, I just know what my day rate is. I don't have a spreadsheet of every single brand just yet. I just know that I know which ones are involved. I don't know much more after that. But the brand that's involved, sorry, that makes good segue. The brand that's involved for this dock in Northwest Territories and Yukon is Nikon Red. So we'll be using the ZR. I got confirmation today I'll be using the Raptor XL and the Nikon ZRs. And right now we're just looking at what we're going to do for lighting, because we're taking a plane, we're flying up there, and it's tough. But we found like a family-owned business that does dog sledding. So we're going to cover a bunch of dog sledding stuff, as well as covering, and I get them mixed up. Yellowknife and Whitehorse are the 2 capital cities or the provinces respectively, I believe. But I always get them mixed up which one's which. But we got to capture some of the city as well, because I want to actually capture the culture and treat it just like when I went to Ghana, where like I don't know everything, but you guys could tell me, and at the same time capturing some of the city and stuff like that as well. So we have so far the Raptor XLs are main for our interviews, all our location shots. And because we're going to be doing dog sledding, I want to see if I could get a coffee cup on a Nikon ZR and suction it to a dog sled. I have no idea if that's going to happen. I have no idea if it's going to work, but we're going to try it anyways. Or we might just use an Action 6, which, hang on a second, because your boy's been slow on uploads, mostly because I've been moving. And also, if you guys check out this Action 6 video I have for today, I also launched a LUT pack for said Action 6 D-Log M. So anything that you have that has D-Log M in it, and it's super stupid, but I've had D-Log M LUT since I bought the Pocket 3 a year and a half ago. Never mentioned these. So they're in one pack. I think they're pretty good. I also left a tutorial on how to make adjustments, how to save a power grade. And yeah. Do I use anamorphics for dog shoots? It very much depends if I have like control over the situation. I think the hard part with this dog sled one is it is going to be very like run and gun. Because I don't know, dogs are going to do dog stuff. So I hope that I can. I hope that I can. Like, I hope I can figure stuff out. And I want to shoot anamorphics. There is a new. I'm not allowed to know. I don't know how much I could tell you, but there's like new anamorphics from a company on the way. And hopefully I get a set of them before I go, which I don't know if I will. So. Gonna have to grab the. Hey, let's go. Thank you, man. Let me know how you like them. A lot of it was based on like shooting outside. A lot of it was based on stuff from the trip at daytime and night. So like, and also like different days. So hopefully daylight outside looks the same almost everywhere. But I also left a little bit of a way of like how to make adjustments if something goes wrong. Thanks, looking for the Action 6 video. Thank you, man. Really enjoyed Cam Mackey's video on it too. So thanks, Cam. Definitely good seeing different looks and settings. Perfect. Okay. I am very curious about how you guys feel about Action 6 stuff, because I want to start doing, I want to be a little bit more varied, because there's sometimes like I want to vlog stuff and I'm like, I don't want to, like, I want to make when I do like travel stuff, like when I go to Utah and I want to get like photography of Hanksville and like we're going to go to the Grand Teton. Like, I would prefer to bring an S12 and like my GFX 50R. But for like things that are going to be fun, like for the Ghana trip, like you're going to see me get launched off an ATV and it sucks. Like, that's an Action 6 video and I'm going to keep it like that. And then I thought I had no clients this year. Turns out I have clients this year, and that'll be the Pixis 12K pick and Ursa and stuff, right? So there'll be still 3 and more tutorial content now that like the space is all done. But I think I'm gonna have like 3 different levels. Like you have your mirrorless camera talk, which everybody wants to participate in. You have your Osmo cameras, your action cameras that I think are fun, especially as like BTS things, or like I could literally turn on the Action 6, throw on a mic mini, and just start talking. And then there's like when I have like work and having those cameras for that. What POV camera do you recommend for recording street photography vids? So I only have, well, that's a lie. I have the Action 5 and Action 6. I actually gave my sister my Action 5 and the Lumix S9 for Christmas. So I got this guy. This is my Action 6 with this guy got the macro lens. I wonder if I can get this to like be in focus because it looks so dope with the light here. Come on. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Come on, there you go. So yeah, so I have the Action 6. In that video, I have the little neck mount that I use. So you can get picked from Tellison. I think they're like $20, but I like the Action 6. Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for on-the-fly recording, and it keeps it kind of real. That's why I also like your iPhone 17 vid. Sometimes it's great for spontaneous capture. Mac, it's weird. I know that video got like iPhone content I find, for me personally, gets a lot of views and no one comments. So it's nice that like you watched it. But yeah, no, like the 2-3 iPhone videos I had, 2 did really, really well. No one said anything, and it was kind of confusing. But good to know people watch them because I want to do more like action camera, iPhone, tech stuff. But also, I'm bringing back tutorials. So this month, we got one on wide-angle lenses. We got one on skin tones. We do skin tones every Black History Month. I will do a skin tones video every single February, even if I'm repeating the same thing. I don't care. And also, I posted in the community tab a little while ago, but I did a fitness app with MadFit, and I never posted BTS for that. I never posted a breakdown for that. So I'm recording the lighting breakdown, the color grading breakdown, and leave a W in the chat if you want a Blackmagic Gen 5 color LUT pack with a black and white. It's not a LUT pack, a LUT with a black and white version and a power grade. Leave a W in the chat if you want that, because I might release it during that video, because I still got to edit it tonight, so I still have time to make that product. And I plan on doing it this month anyway. Hey, fam, busy at the job. Catch you replay later. Hey, let's go. You never miss one, so always appreciate you, man. Says the big brown guy in the chat. I mean, you know what though? Like it's a big topic, man. Like cameras now are a lot better at getting skin tones. I would say when I first made that video, when we had like S-Log 3 was kind of like everyone was using an S-Log 3 camera. I think it was a little bit more important, but there's still a lot you could learn. And it should work in theory to everything that uses Gen 5 color science. So that's the Pixis 6K, the Blackmagic Cinema 6K, the Ursa 12K, and the Pixis 12K. It should work for most of those. There's a little bit of Nikon ZR stuff in there as well. I don't like the whole zebra thing on the ZR. I'll use waveform. And because I'm shooting in RAW, like I could navigate better or navigate well. But specifically, it'll be pretty much in general stuff. But most of the BTS I shot was on the Pixis. Anamorphic lens is newer than Blazar Talon coming. Yeah, I could say yes. I'm inclined to say yes. It is something that's not the Talon. So it's a set of lenses. So I'll leave it at that. Yo, and works want to say hi. Mighty Miguel. What's going on, boss? You did a great interview. Miguel sent me a little doc snippet a couple days on Instagram DM. Did a great job, especially like shooting when you're really close to a wall, like you're like 4 inches off a wall. Super hard to do. And stuff looks great. So Miguel, I hope you post that sometime. But yeah, so what I want to talk about here, hang on a second. A bunch of videos where the creator was saying 0 to 70, you're good. Yeah, see, that was the thing that started the skin tone thing for me. Was everyone's like, set your zebras to 70 IRE for skin. And I'm like, yeah, you must not see melanin. And that's kind of what started this whole like yearly skin tones videos. I could tell you no, they're not, but I'm also not going to tell you when it's yes. So don't do that thing where immediately after you're going to just guess every brand because I'm not going to answer after this point. Oh, you have the first one and link it to me. Okay, let's go. I know you're an AOD coach. Oh yeah, so if I don't know if you guys know this, but like if you ever get the cinematic eye or create an urn from Mark Bones AOD, you'll see me in there. I've started doing that like I haven't done it recently, but that was like from like 3 years ago. But AOD coach, so you might be able to answer. I want to move from pure short form content to making more doxa high end content. Which module is aligned to that? I would say if you've never done documentary before, I would get module 1 and 2. If I'm being honest with you, I'd also get Perfect Cut too if you're editing on your own. I will say Lewis, in terms of like editing docs, goated, one of the best out there. Mike's had Lewis. Mark's had Lewis for years now. At least if I remember. And Lewis does the editing course almost entirely. So I'd say that. It's -8 outside and 25°C at my desk. I'm melting. I'm trying to go to the gym today. Like, I don't know how far anyone is on the Action 6 video, but if you get to the part where I get completely launched off of an ATV, that caused quite a lot of damage to my elbow, to be honest with you. And it hurts a lot to like extend my arm throughout the day, so that's kind of rough. So I haven't trained much. I want to be able to change that because I don't want to be in the state of constantly being in pain all the time. It's 70 here in Miami. Oh, like that's 30. Well, no, not 30. Like 18 degrees, 19 degrees. Yeah, instantly module 1 and 2 in Perfect Cut. I would say that. Like I'd say, because like I remember when it came out, all the modules didn't exist. Like there was only 1 and 2. I would have liked to have 1, 2 in Perfect Cut, and then I would have gone to like Cinematic Eye, then create an urn. I have no interest in producing, so I wouldn't have done the producer one. So yeah, if I was to like guess 3. Also, Ricardo, I might have a affiliate link still. I don't know actually, but you know, if you want to use your voice, I can put that in the chat for you. Actually, speaking of the description, things in chat, if you guys want to join the free Discord, that is also in the description as well. We have fun over there. You get to see behind the scenes me making videos, get to see behind the scenes of when I have digital products that aren't out yet. And some people in the Discord may be beta testers for some of the new stuff. So, oh God, if someone asks me in private about like political beliefs, I have no problem talking about them. But kind of like AI, I feel like we're so obsessed with being polarized on the internet that it's not worth talking about for me. And truthfully, in the month of February, I don't want to put myself in political harm's way to get brownie points on the internet. But yeah, no, that's just that was just funny though. What's going on, Charles? Give it to me. I will sign up. Let's go hard in like 80 days or so. Okay, cool. I'll, you know what? Because fun fact, Mark lives down the street. I could walk to his house. I'm hit him up and see if I can get a new code for you. I might even do a video for it. Screw it. Let's see it. I usually do one every cohort. So if that's something y'all want, I could do that. But yeah, back to this Nikon project. So basically what we're doing is, and the hard part with this is like, I have to make 9 different storyboards for all of these brands because the amount of money, like, and I'll be fully transparent, like some of these brands, in order for us to do this doc, like if we have a good pitch, could be up to like 15 grand per documentary. And that's just the camera manufacturers, right? Obviously that's going to be like, we still have to pay crew. We're flying 5 people across the country. I'm going to put money into an editor. I don't want to edit these things. I would love to DP them. I'm not going to edit them. My producer's also directing. So like 15 sounds like a big number, but when you're talking about going to the most northern part of Canada or chasing a tour bus, it's not that much money. So you gotta kind of figure out how you want to fund everybody. And also there's multiple people, right? So there's a lot of things you have to consider. But that's what we're working on right now. The idea right now, we're in pre-production. So like I'm trying my best to use shot lists and storyboards and vision boards and like structuring out stories or like who we're trying to see and like what we're trying to do so that we could confirm who can actually get involved. Because some brands are like, okay, cool, we trust the store, we know Kofi enough that he's gonna finish the thing, no problem. We have this is our little bit of budget we can contribute. Some brands are like, I need pitch deck this week, and it's not just for the northern stuff; it's also for Ontario, it's for Quebec. We have a bunch of stuff in the Maritime, so um, I'm just using every tool available. It's really hard to try to pre-produce 9 documentaries where, like, generally speaking, I might shoot like 2 mini docs a year. I still have my client that came back, and then also this. So trying to just figure out how I want to use some of the tools to actually help me out because it made things faster. But that's happening. So that's already happening. Brandon Talbot's actually co-starring two of them because he's coming up with us to Northwest Territories in the Yukon, and he'll be shooting behind the scenes. And it was a good fit too, like working with Nikon Red, having someone who does a lot of Nikon Red content. That was a good fit. Brandon's also like a really good adventure landscape photographer, so I wanted to bring him to somewhere where it is a very unique landscape. Like if you're in the Arctic, it's cool. But yeah, time for AI for previs. I'm not gonna lie to you, Greg. I use it all the time for previs because I got clients that have no idea what I'm talking about. So I'll just be like, "Hey, is this is the shot that I want? Can we do this?" I'm like, "Yes, okay, perfect." Because me trying to explain it to you with words doesn't make sense. Me drawing arrows on screen grabs don't make sense. So for previs, I think it works really well because it helps also like when I need to figure out if I need to buy something or I have to rent something. Like we just did, actually, it's got a link for it like 10 minutes ago, or not even 10 minutes ago, like 2 minutes ago. And I just helped my boy do a athleisure wear commercial. And one of the things we tried to do is like we had the DZO X track, the probe lens, and we wanted to do like a dolly move where we like took the track out and it like went through a desk and revealed our subject. And I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna work. We just generated and said like, hey, does that make sense? Like, does that look like that's physically possible? It ended up not, but at least we knew before we like rented out longer Dana dolly legs or a lot of longer Dana dolly rods and went through all the trouble of trying to figure that out on the day. We only had 2 hours at the location, so yeah, 15K includes food, travel, stay for 5 people. It's actually tight though. Not familiar travel. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Because like almost 25% of that is getting everybody on a plane. Like before you pay anybody, you're going to lose like 25 to 35% of that just getting them there. Right. So that doesn't cover everyone's like day rate split up. And it's also 5 people. Keep that in mind. It also doesn't cover any day. Like it is tight. It's tight when you have 5 people and you're gone for how long are we gone for? I think we're gone for almost 2 weeks. It does add up quite a bit. None of it is my temperature, and I've eaten seal before. Okay, how is seal? Because seal is weird because it's still a mammal, but it lives like a fish. I need to know. I unfortunately cannot bring anybody else. The other assistants that are helping out on these docs are employees of the retail store. So I'm gonna try to, but every time we have like we'll be doing provinces in sets of 2, aside from Quebec and Ontario, because like we live there and I could just drive there. Bronco like GPIC. Honestly, I just got a text from our producer that's trying to set up a brand deal where we have a security system in our car because we're going up north. But anyways, beside the point. Forgot where I was going with that. So remind me what I was talking about. It was about the project. I just blanked and totally forgot. Seal tasted like beef liver the way it was cooked for me. Oh, that's weird. I've never had beef liver, so I don't know what that means. Excited for the new Blazar lens. I think it's cool. I want more lenses. I don't really get excited when one lens comes out. I need sets of lenses, especially like if it's a 50 or something. So Uh, Graham Dowdy. Anyone know why the Pixis 12K is no longer available on B&H? Nope, it's news to me. For somebody that like talks a lot about camera stuff, I am very, very bad. Hang on a second. I think I know what my problem is. How's that for saturation? That might be better. For somebody that does a lot of camera stuff, once the video goes up, I totally forget about the thing. Like the video's up, and I'm like, cool, I made the video, and I'll move on to the next thing. I don't really know if anything's like selling or like how well it's doing or whatever. Mostly because if I already have it, then I don't really care if it's in stock. But let me check. Blackmagic Pixis, 6K, 6K. No, I see the 12K is currently unavailable. Huh. Maybe it's out of stock. I know a bunch of people are having a fixed pattern noise banding issue. You said you can't take any more people with you. No, I can't. Not any more than I have already. You're talking about the storyboard for the 9 provinces. Oh yeah, so storyboard for the 9 provinces. I'm gonna just generate the images for them, so at least the client knows what I'm talking about, and I don't look like an idiot. Oh, chatting about cost. Yeah, so the cost of everything is gonna be a lot, and right now is we're just trying to find multiple brands that want to get involved. So right now, the camera manufacturers for this trip, Nikon Red, they're involved. And then we're getting like out of box way. So like I think we're trying to get like Turo because we have to rent a car while we're there, clothing if we can. There's also a BTS podcast that comes out that's for the store, and then the store also wants to have their own BTS. I'm allowed to do whatever I want with the BTS footage or even the actual footage, but most of it is to the store, so I'm just getting paid as a DP. But like I can make content. But anyway, that is an opportunity also to try to get more out of the budget, right? So for example, I might be gone for 2 weeks and only make 4K, and I'm shooting every day for 10 hours, which is not a lot of money. But if I have say I have like I don't know, I don't have Artlist anymore, but like, say I have an Artlist brand deal. I could do my Artlist brand deal while I'm there, and I could use the tools that I normally use, and that becomes part of the brand integration. And in the midst of still doing the film, you could pull a little bit of budget back for yourself because things are going to end up on YouTube anyways. So those are ways that like, if you could find a project that might not pay your utmost rate, if you could find a project that you could pull funding for and like kind of do things while you're doing them, it makes it way easier. So for example, the MadFit shoot that I have the BTS for, I had a video that had to do with Edelkrone. In fact, I have one more video that has to do with Edelkrone so I can get paid. But I put the entire project budget on crew and rentals because I'm like, well, I'll get Edelkrone's money. We don't have a lot to go around anyways. So let me you guys get paid. I'll just try to spin this into a brand deal. I had these tripods that worked really well actually in that application. Bob's your uncle, Fran's your aunt. So trying to leverage those two things takes a long time because you have to have the audience for it, but I'm doing the same thing with this documentary. Kofi Cross Canada series, get an RV and drive across the country with Canter, sponsored by Connor Blue. I wish you could do that, and I wish the turnover in terms of getting new Kofi cups built for the level of consumption that it would sell to make the offset of the expenses work. It wouldn't. Did you study film or anything related? No, I went to finance school, bro. I have a BCom degree in financial economics and management. And I got my first camera when I was 27, and I turned 34 this year. Shit, I hope so. 12K would be instant buy. A 12K Pro? Oh. Here's the thing. You know what the fun part? Okay, so this is something that I love and I hate Blackmagic about. And this is like creator inside baseball. Blackmagic does not tell anybody anything before embargo. Nobody. The retailers don't even know. So like when I mean like, if I'm a Blackmagic distributor, I don't even know the new camera comes out until everybody else does. And like they don't have pre-release campaigns for any camera. They never have. So like even the Pixis 12K and like the releases for the autofocus and stuff, I remember that like me and Tobin were on the phone the night before we went to NAB. And we're like, hey, you know, it's kind of interesting that there's a single shot autofocus on here. It'd be kind of cool if they just made it continuous. I mean, continuous is just single shot over and over and over again. Literally the next day, Blackmagic, and like me and Tobin are probably the two bigger channels that get like they're in touch with Blackmagic, I guess. Um, Next day, Pix's 12K came out and the autofocus came out, and we're like, oh shoot, so you guys just don't tell anybody anything? And they're like, we don't tell nobody nothing. Some of the internal employees at Blackmagic don't know. You know what I mean? So it's funny that way with Blackmagic. But hey, if a new Pix's 12K Pro comes out, I'm in there like swimwear. Depending on how good it is, I could downsize the Ursa, but that Pix's 12K that I got, that ain't going nowhere. That's staying in my house. I wasn't even gonna get rid of the 6K if I wasn't gonna get the Ursa, but I got the Ursa, so that's why the Pix's 6K is not in my house anymore. Maybe BMD heading Phases Tech autofocus. I would love that. The green and blue looks sick. Yes, sir. If you see the thumbnail, and again, there's AI slop, and there's using it as an assistive tool. But I basically went and used AI to say like, hey, this is the dimensions of my room. This is the color of the room that I want. Here's my desks. Here's the aesthetic that I want. Take a look at my YouTube channel. Like, can you design me an office? And the image of the thumbnail is actually what it spat out. And turns out I had 80% of the stuff that was in that photo. So I started just putting stuff together. So when you see it, when it's done, and I'm trying to work with a couple brands to do like a filmmaking office tour in March. It looks pretty sharp. I like it a lot. It looks pretty sharp. Miguel, you are older than I am. I'm actually not like, I don't know. Some people think I look like I'm in my 20s. Some people think I look I'm the age I am. If you are in the chat, guess my age. Guess how old did you think I was before I said it? And if you didn't hear it, you have to guess. These are the room specs on the Z9 II, red raw stack sensor, no global shutter. I have not. What's weird is like, I've seldomly used Nikon for photo, so I'm more looking forward to see what they do with video. The thumbnail clean, would you use Higgsfield? No, I used GPT-4, which I think still uses other AI tools, to be honest with you. But what I'm going to do is our bedroom, because my girlfriend, like we moved a lot of my girlfriend's belongings there, and obviously it's like our bedroom, but I'm going to use Higgsfield to design the color scheme for that room, because it really, really does well. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, like, I'm not a huge fan of generative video and using it as finished projects, but in terms of like designing a bedroom or designing an office, pretty solid. But I've tried a couple tools on Higgsfield, and some of them are useful. They have one called Shots, where if I need shot coverage for a particular action, it'll like generate shots for me, which is way easier to make storyboards on. And then they have a thing called like What's Next or something, which is a weird like multiverse tool where like you send them a scene, like you put in a scene, and then it tells you like 5 things that could happen next, and you kind of pick the thing that happens next. Which that's kind of like, that prospect is kind of cool, I guess. I haven't used that one much, but Shots I like a lot for storyboarding. 35, thought you were 37, 39. Thought you were 27 to 29. Thank you. Whoever thought I was 37 is crazy. I am not that old. I started YouTube when I was 30, and I'm 34 now. Age-wise, I could be Kofi's dad. You probably could. My dad's 66. Nah, he's 65 now. Are those your own prints on the wall? No, I got these from Etsy. I got a lot more video while I was in Ghana, so like I have these as video clips, but I didn't take photos back then. Like I hadn't gone to. So this one right here is, hang on, I'm trying to see what this is. That's the Kwame Nkrumah, the first prime minister of Ghana. So that I've had in video, don't have that in photo. I didn't go back this year. And then here, I want to say that one at the end, that might be the Volta River. That's down here in the Kosombo. That is, I did not capture that boat, but I might want to put my own in there one day. Also, like, I don't know. I felt a little narcissistic putting my own prints in my own room, so it felt weird. I mean, it's a stupid thing to feel weird about, but it did. AI is very useful to make transitions where you go through windows. It's cool. Yeah, I've seen that too. There's a couple, like, I don't know. There's a couple things that, like, I'm actually pretty fine with. I think once you start doing the thing that people don't want you to do, which is, like, trying to pass it off as a finished work, that's where, like, yeah, don't be an asshole. I don't know how else to explain that. but like it's gonna get, and like honestly, I've had so many video workflows where like it's used and it's encouraged being used, where it's hard for me to be like never gonna use anything that has to do with these tools. I'm like, outside of complaining on social media, no one cares. If I'm being honest. But that's beside the point. But anyways, what questions do you have about the project? In terms of budget, I don't know what the aggregate budget is until very close to the date, because we are still actively working on ascertaining more things, or more tools, I should say. Also, what's my step count at? We're at about 2.5 kilometers an hour. Holy crap. I'm also an hour cardio, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I also am going to train today, so I only got an hour today of cardio. I've used it a lot in social media to animate. Already know animated characters pretty cool to use. I've seen some pretty cool stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen some pretty some guys make pretty cool AI stuff, and as long as you're disclosing it, let the audience pick if that's what they want to entertain themselves with. Also, I want to see how this Action 6 video is probably doing god awful. I didn't even check. Also, doesn't help that I'm live streaming at the same time. Can you do a video of yourself vlogging with a Pixis? I want to see you hold in front of your hands. That's hilarious. Oh shit! I screwed something up. So you guys are gonna see in real time what it's like doing customer service on your digital products. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you might be right. Yep, it does. Sorry, I had to duplicate digital product, the LUT pack that came out, and I screwed it up. All right, let me just edit, set to fit. All right. Use. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Hang on 1 sec. I can read comments at the same time. Let me just move this. Please use a lot of social media. Can you say which equipment are you using on that trip? So far, the ones that I know of is I know we're taking a Raptor XL, a KX, and two Nikon ZRs. Lenses are undecided yet. Lighting, and this is a spoiler, but I have joined the Aperture team, so I will be working a lot with Aperture this year. So we'll have some Aperture stuff there as well. And I don't know what else. Tripods and all the other stuff we're trying to figure out. I know we'll have like nano cases to carry stuff. Grab that. Let me take a look at some other stuff here. Use AI to make open the anime star. Absolutely not. No, thank you. I like to use adjust music. Let me just check something real quick, guys. Tiger Malt. Okay. From the. Sorry, guys. I made a mistake on that LUT pack, and I had to duplicate it because I had to make a spelling correction, and it didn't save any of the text that I put on there. Seven oh nine. So you know what I can do? There you go. Save. Six. Okay. Oh shit. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. Okay, so I should be safe here now. And also, I probably lost a ton of viewers. Yeah, I went down to 25. Sorry about that, guys. So I put up the Action 6 video, put up the LUT pack, and I screwed up because it saved to the default text in the body, which shouldn't have happened, but it did nonetheless. And not my brightest moment. It's because I duplicated it, and you can't really change things on kit.com without doing that. So, what Action 6 video must have missed it. I literally just posted it on this live stream. Are you using the Z cam, or will you use the as main cams for the dock? No, there'll be B cams. We have the Raptor XL, which has a built-in ND filter, and because we're in the Arctic, it's going to be like pretty white snow, so we need that exposure control, and I'd rather have it built in the body. So we will be using the Raptor XL. Get those likes in. Hope you need positive reinforcement. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Who chose which lens to use? I haven't chosen yet. I haven't chosen yet. Aperture 1000C is pure dark magic. It cost a guinea, but worth it. Yeah, I rented a ton. Just loaded your Ashanti LUTs into Resolve. I noticed that the site had some language. Yeah, it was weird. I fixed it. I literally just fixed it. Man, forget all the camera stuff. Who you got, Big Rogger or Dabura? You should probably read the latest chapter because honestly, what's going to end up happening is Dabura is going to beat Maharaga. Yuji is going to not get involved, but he's going to say something to Tsurugi. Tsurugi and his sister are going to win, or Tsurugi dies, or sorry, his sister dies, or Yuka dies, and then Tsurugi ends up winning. He ends up becoming the strongest, or like the new Yuta. Story over. I do like that, like, if you guys read JJK Modulo, I do like that Yuji's like, hey, I take in none of you sides. And he knocks out one guy and then knocks out the other guy on both sides. And he's like, bro, I don't care about this. And then leaves. And then, like, it was a really good, like, fourth wall break of, like, hey, we're passing the torch and we're not going to do this whole, like, nostalgia thing where we do a sequel series and it's just about the same character from before. Okay, but he fixed it now. It's updated on the site. Okay, perfect. Yeah, no, I did it while we were talking. Hang on one sec. I just got to send a reply. Fixed. Yeah, that's super weird. So yeah, if you ever sell digital products on Kit, I'm selling on Kit because I don't have email capture. I realize that I've had lots of digital products up for 4 years, but I've never tried to do email capture once. And anytime I have something else that's coming up or a new video comes up or anything like that, like I'm trying to build more community instead of just relying on the algorithm. And kit.com is a great way of doing that and having products on there. Hard part is that if you make a product and like I call it like one of the LUTs didn't have, like, I spelled something wrong. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just re-upload the file because you could do it on Squarespace. Doesn't work. You have to make a whole new product and like duplicate and do all the other stuff. So I did that. Hey, mindful grinds. Yeah, get your steps in, bro. I really hope everyone else got treadmills. So I know Dabura has to win for the plot. Yeah, the plot's not going to go forward without Dabura winning. I will say, like, Gege does a pretty good job of like making stories interesting, even though you're like, okay, well, you know who's going to win, but like it's how they're going to win. Nikon is only rated down to 0 Celsius. Well, we're gonna see if it works in the Arctic. Like if you had to make your own camera for dock work, I would use the S12 and the Pixis 12K. Yes, I long for the day that the Pixis 12K and the S12 just merge together and like in a way where you could still shoot all of the. Maybe it's like a Pixis 8K, right? Like you could shoot 8K open gate or whatever, but then you have the H.265 6K open gate of the S12. If you like smash those two together and it had autofocus, I ain't buying another camera. I would sell my other cameras, to be honest with you. Got mine, just need to set up in the studio. Okay, perfect. All right, yeah, you're already on it. Mac's already on it though. Like Mac keeps keeps it 100. But yeah, no. Okay, so that's done. Let's see how this video is doing. It's probably doing absolute crap because I posted that video so much longer after. Yeah, I'm just a straight 10 out of 10. It's doing straight booty cheeks right now. This video is not good at all. You favor? Fix this. Yeah, this video is doing straight cheeks. Why doing videos while watching live? I don't want to wait till tomorrow. I don't want to wait till tomorrow, Cam. I shouldn't be doing it. I know. I should know better. Honestly, I think I did the same thing with the GFX 100 video, if I'm being honest. Just wanted to get it out of the way because like I have other stuff to do today, and one of the things I got to do today is get that video up. And now that it's up, it's there. We'll see how it does. Or just chalk it to the game and just say, hey, you taking L sometimes, bro. Dabra won't. Yuji came back. I don't think Yuji's gonna do shit. I think Yuji's gonna say, hey, this ain't my fight. Y'all figure it out. I don't think Yuji's gonna do anything to Dabra. I think Yuji clearly said if it comes down to it, he'll get involved. But outside of that, you four figure it out. You guys got to scrap that stuff out. I will say the way the last chapter ended, that Suguri guy, he has a good mix of Yuta and Megumi. It's still playing on the third screen with subtitles. Let's go. Dabura won't finish my cardio and you're on the treadmill too. Yeah, man. I'm now that I have the office, we're all ready to go. We're slowly building it. I got to get a new desk. I just bought I'm gonna buy, what's it called? The Akira print that's gonna go like right over here. And I gotta put a shelf up with some lights in the corner. After that, we're pretty good. And I mean, I can start recording videos now. But once we do that, I'll have these, I'll probably do a treadmill stream almost daily, to be honest with you. Like Monday to Friday, I'll probably do an hour because it's easy for me to get an hour in. And this is nice. This is super nice. And I honestly, I encourage it for a lot of you guys because like most people don't get a lot of exercise. And what, there's like how many people in the chat? There's 35 of you. Raise your hand if you've done cardio in the last 72 hours. I'll be able to tell who did it because whoever puts it on there. The Akira print should be print. I'm about to buy entire manga collection. I'm about to go rewatch that movie today. I'm gonna go on a Studio Ghibli view party for a while. So I'm trying to get a little bit more anime in here. I got my Ghana prints up here. I'm looking for a Wu-Tang Clan neon sign. Yeah, it's nice to walk outside when you don't have friggin' it's not minus 30 out. I don't know if you actually live in a place where it's minus 30. Jay Morris. Okay, so a couple of you guys. If that needs it, I don't have a car. Hey, I don't have a car. Don't mean you don't take the bus. That wasn't an answer. I should clarify. The Nikon ZR with Megadap on a 150 to 600 Sigma is good at minus 25 degrees or minus 31 degrees Celsius. My second ZR with the Rokinon 135 seems like an autofocus. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. So Boruto is boring. The first part of Boruto is actually pretty trash. I will say Two Blue Vortex is far better in almost every single way. Two Blue Vortex, where Boruto comes in and just starts whooping ass for every chapter. And then also you get like a lot of the other characters. I think that was a lot better, but the beginning of it is hot garbage. It's like Naruto. No, there wasn't a part of Naruto that was trash. Actually, now that I think about it, there's just parts that are better. Like Naruto doesn't have a trash arc; they just have parts that are better. Like the Ninja War arc, I think is far better than the Zabuza arc. I wouldn't say, but it's like way better. But it's not that Zabuza is bad. It's like the difference of you get an 85 on a test and someone gets 100. Yeah, it's not that cold here in Cologne, Germany. Yeah, in Ontario, Canada, it's like negative 30 for the last couple of days, to the point where like I just didn't go outside. I'm not even lying to you. I stayed home. I think the only place I went to was like the grocery store, got myself a carton of eggs, and that was it. I didn't do anything else after that. So yeah, you get like sometimes it gets so cold that you get like colded in, which sucks, and I hate that. I wonder how far I'm going, because let's see here. I got 10 seconds left. We're almost done our cardio for the day. See how easy this is? We live stream, talk a little bit. If you guys have more questions about this doc project, I'm learning things as we go. Like I'm literally getting text messages in our group chat as we go. But I'm not doing 2 hours of cardio today. That's not smart. But I'd love to answer more questions. If you have any more studio questions, I wonder if I have. This isn't the cord's not long enough to show you the rest of the studio. But I will say, like, there's a couple different angles in here. Like, I can move this a little around. We have like a little practical light over here, but it's motivated by this guy because cinematography. Yeah, 1 second. Get ready for Bleach for Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War. Oh yeah, I forgot that's premiering. Also, Fire Force is almost over, and I've read the rest of Fire Force. You're doing a studio tour once it's done? Yes. So right now I know for sure Desky is going to send, and Desky's actually pretty solid. Like they've pretty much sent, honestly, they've sent a desk once a year, and I usually give it to someone who's on my crew because I only need one desk at a time. Maybe I'll give away. No, I can't even give away one of these because it's too big. But they're getting an L version of the walnut desk that I have down here. I wonder if I could just take the camera and move it. So I have a walnut desk like right over here, and this desk and this one are two completely different colors. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get an L desk. That'll be like the corner accent, and then I found a couple prints that I want to put up just to balance the wall out. A couple things on the shelf, and that's pretty much like I have the treadmill down. Like there's not a lot I want to put in here, just because I want to have space. I also back here there's a window, so hang on a second. Let me just show you what this is. So there's a window back here, and I actually put a thing of diffusion. Like I'm diffusing this side of the window. So if I want to like get a clip over here, I can do that. Once that's done, I'll pretty much have a viewing angle that's going to go like one that's over here, where it's going to have like the Ghana prints on this side. I have one that's in the corner, and then I'm looking to see what kit to get from Aperture. You know, it's like I got a little sweat on my, a little couple of little beads on my face. I'm looking to see what lights I want to get from Aperture because I want to pretty much light up the rest of this room. This thing here, and I will say, if you are someone who likes making a lot of content, like this is a very small softbox. It looks bigger because it's on a wide angle lens, but this is the Nanlite 60C with like a little, little tiny softbox over there. I will say in a big room, I wouldn't use that small of a softbox. I think one of the things that I've been so used to is because I've had a tight space, I've always used like little tiny softboxes, and it doesn't give you enough wrap while you're like recording anything. So like I tried recording a couple clips today, not my favorite. Yeah, I haven't gotten to Hell's Paradise. I found it way too confusing, and like it started off real slow for me at least, but not a big fan. Warning: polar bears look cute, but will eat you. Yes, they will. They will attack you. They will find a way to get you inside. It's like breaking open a candy shell to find the human filling. But there's a thing I think in the Northwest Territories where like you can't lock your car if there's polar bears around because you should be able to get into anyone's car for safety. It is. Kofi, you need a Vanilla Ice crisscross poster. I'll take a crisscross. Oh, I wonder if they have. I looked at it before and I tried to find an NWA poster. And I wonder if I'm allowed to put that on YouTube. And I don't think you can. Let me take a look. Invis print. I want to see if there's anything like if there's a good one. You could get a pretty good NWA canvas print. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'll be far enough from the image so you can't really read it. Oh, this is world's okay, perfect. Doesn't actually say that. Okay, you might see that. You might be seeing that. You might see me with an NWA poster in the house. We'll see. But okay, so I'm done my cardio. If you guys have any other question about the studio, any other question about this doc project, I'm more than happy to answer. If not, I'm gonna duck out. Dang on, be careful. Oh, a couple people are watching this video. That's good. I'm gonna let it rock. I'm just gonna let it rock for a bit. I don't really mind. NWA Nikon with attitude. I feel like that's the Nikon ZR. Nikon with attitude's crazy. But yeah, man. So this is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna have these streams pretty much. I want to have them daily, but I feel like if I release a stream the same time as a YouTube video, clearly what's happening is that it's not going very well. So I got to think about what I'm gonna do with that. But I like doing these treadmill streams because it's a great way to get healthy. I can get an hour of activity done in a day, and I can give these streams at the same time. And also, if you guys want to check out the Discord link in the description, it's free. If you act like an idiot, I will kick you out and I won't even tell you. If I'm assuming everyone here is over the age of 25, if you're in that Discord and you start saying some stuff that you shouldn't be saying that would get you kicked out of someone's house, you get kicked out of that Discord. But anyways, like that's gonna be on there too. So shoot, man, caught your live, helped me avoid work. I will probably be back tomorrow. Like I'm gonna try to keep these streams to about an hour. But also, if you guys are in the Discord, if you guys have, okay, everyone that's in the Discord right now, Discord link doesn't work. It doesn't? Okay, hang on 1 second. If the Discord link is not working, give me 1 second. My links today are just not doing so hot right now. Yeah, it's a great format. Yeah, Mike or Ike, sorry. When you watch it, you will see what I mean about the title that it almost broke me. And I'm still dealing with those consequences now. You should make more video on the C80. If Canon lets me borrow it again, but also like band hammer. Oh, the band hammer, sorry. Canon only lets me borrow that like once in a blue moon. And honestly, the C80 in those comparison videos weren't even Canons. They were my buddies. So I don't know. I don't know if I honestly don't know if I have time to do more C80 videos with these projects going on. Invite to server, copy, creative nephews. Okay, let me just see if I can get into here. Let me just go content, live stream. We're live right now. Discord. Oh, you know what? It's because the Discord join link changes every so often. So I guess I got to put a new one in. Let me just see how long it lasts for. It expires every 7 days. So every week I got to put a new one in. That makes sense. Okay. Now that I know that. Wasn't really power grade in LUT. So a power grade is like a structure of how you do stuff. So for example, on DaVinci, not on DaVinci Resolve, on like Premiere Pro and Final Cut, like you just have adjustment layers that go on stuff. On your node system on DaVinci Resolve, it's all like nodes. It's all little individual power grade or power or adjustment layers that are all in one place. Now, what you do with that is you can take that and save it. So you could put things like LUTs in power grades and make adjustments from those LUTs and then save that. So the next time you go on another shoot or you do other footage or whatever, you could just recall what that is and then put that back into the grade that you're doing. It makes your life way easier. Are excited for this doc shoot. Sounds very cool, but challenging to be honest. I'm super excited for it. The most challenging part is going to be that it's cold and trying to track down enough money that everybody gets what they want out of the end of the day. But I think honestly, we don't fly out till March 3rd. It's February 3rd, so we have a month. So I think it'll be fine. I think it's like the stress of pre-production with any project is going to be kind of rough, but once you're already there, like if you do your pre-production right, once you're in it, you're there, and there's it's the least stressful when you're actually shooting. So the hard part is just like I have so many phone calls like I have 4 phone calls a day. On like we talked to the dog sledding family today, and we have to do other things today, and then like we have to figure out what camera gear we have, and we figure out what brand that is going to get involved, and then now we're trying to find things like we're trying to just find a whole bunch of stuff, which is a lot. So Nikon Z9 III specs leaked. Early leaks, so probably speculative. I did see R3D was slated to be included. Thoughts? AK Red Raw for 6K. Would you get a hybrid saw body like that? I don't think so. If I'm going to be honest with you, and I think most of it is because my brain lives in having compartmentalization. So like, if I was in a realm where like I only could have one camera, I think the Z9 II makes a lot of sense. But then also at the same time, when like I have a camera for photo and I have a camera for video, like I just like separating them. Realistically, um, if I had more patience to move the Nikon ZR or the S1 II in every direction every time I wanted to change what I wanted to use it for, I could comfortably have like one mirrorless camera, one cinema camera, one photo camera, and never have anything else. And even then, I could technically, if I really wanted to, mix together the mirrorless camera and the photo camera and just have like one cinema, one hybrid mirrorless. Um, so personally, for me, where I'm at right now, probably not. But for everybody, like if this was not my job, yeah, absolutely. Are you getting some aperture storm lights for the trip? Nice water resistance. The hard part is transport, man. That's the hardest part. I know that we're doing some stuff with the ADC. They really want to support the skin tones video because I let them know that that's a Black History Month special. That video will be out on February 15th. Hold me accountable to that. That skin tones video will be out the middle of February. Don't forget I sent you the link to the drive. By the way, okay, cool. I'll check that out as soon as I get off stream. How did you ever create your own LUT? How long did it take you to transition from people's LUTs to your own? I started making my own LUTs before I had YouTube. Like, I would say 2020 is when I started learning how to make LUTs, and I was like back in the Premiere Pro days, like way before I had a YouTube channel. Like I just like you would adjust colors the way that you want them to, and you're like, okay, let me save. It was more of like a let me save this before I screw it up later, and then you kind of just like I was just grading and kind of tweaking a lot, and then I'm like, hey, let me save that one because that one looks better, and then over time you're like, oh, okay, I could use this for way more things than one thing. Like to be fair, like out the D-Log M LUTs have more LUTs than I think I would use, but I would like to have options for people. I have a Nikon ZR LUT and a Pixis 12K LUT and power grade that I'm going to come out with this month. It's only one LUT and a black and white version of it. That's pretty much it because those are the only things I use. Like I won't really use anything else. And if I have to grade a different style, like I'll just do it manually. And that's usually for like client needs, not necessarily like my own. So if the Nikon Z9 II comes out before I save up for the KX, I will probably get the Nikon Z9 III. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think the KX is around the same price. It will likely record forever with no overheating, have insane autofocus, and be weatherproof for outdoors. Yeah, no, the Z9 III for the people that like that could make that make sense. Honestly, I think you're gonna have a great time. I agree, Kobe. People want one camera that can do everything, but it's really best to have specific cameras, specific jobs. It's easier to buy gear that way. Truthfully, the stress of like if this thing breaks, I'm screwed. I learned that like my first year into shooting because I think I had like a A6000 and it fell off of a grip cart and the lens broke and that was the only camera I had and I'm like cool, can't shoot video anymore. So I've had multiple cameras since 8 months into shooting, and I basically what I did was like I did enough jobs that I could have 3 cameras, and then I would buy lenses one by one. I've never used someone else's LUTs myself. Oh, that's fair. That's also new. I usually like I started off using LUTs and then trying to figure out like how people made them, and then reverse engineered it. I'm like, I don't like this particular part of the LUT or whatever, and then end up making my own. Traveling with lights is a pain. Did you ever try the Zoom Camaculate? Absolutely, I did. I have 2 of them. I usually take a couple Amaran Ace 25C units and hope for good lighting. I do the same thing, but yeah, no, I have 2 right now, and part of this move as well, and getting a smaller L desk, like getting an L desk, but it's overall smaller, is I could put a new shelving unit into the wall, and then I could move all my stuff. All my stuff's in a storage unit, mostly for like security reasons, but also just it's easier sometimes. So I do have them both in my storage unit. I usually keep them on me, or I keep them here, and I just like put in my car whenever I go somewhere. But I do have two of the Zhiyun Kamaki lights. What's your take on diffusion filters? Do you use them often or not so much? Uh, I think context matters for them. If you haven't noticed, I've been using one this entire stream. So I have the short stash everyday filter. It's on all of my it's on every one of my cameras, actually. I think I have one on every single camera. But it helps like get rid of some of the highlights that a key light would make. So for example, this key light right here, like right, watch this. That looks terrible. Like it looks too sourcey. It's because I'm close to the light source. So if I want to protect those highlights, this has a diffusion and a circular polarizer. I just run that back, and then that's what my skin looks like. It really freaks everybody out every time I do that. I don't use anyone's LUTs either. I have been like I've made my own very early on, but even before that, I would use somebody else's. And I just try to understand how LUTs work and like why certain things are certain ways. And then I would try to I would literally take, I used to do the thing where I would take like a color chart. I would take someone's LUT, shoot a color chart, get like the little RGB parade, and then put my own footage beside it. And I would like try to figure out how they got to that point, and also how they got to like the same contrast curve and everything else. And then I would adjust the colors that I wanted to adjust the way I wanted to off the color chart. And then I would test and retest on footage. And that's how I made the Sony LUTs that I came out with like years ago. Like if you go on the website, those Sony LUTs have been like those S-Log 3 LUTs have been on for like 3 years. That's how I made all of those. I just literally I would take color chart, take something else, use a LUT, put it on the same color chart, try to match them up. If like a green looked too yellow, I would be like, okay, well I like my greens a little bit blue, and I would like move that particular thing. So the node tree for that was just like a bunch of HSL nodes, which is really confusing, but it worked out in the end, and I thought the LUTs look good, and I think these D-Log M ones look good. So now we're here. That shows that filter is a cheat code. Yeah, this is going to be my skin tones video. I think I put it in last year, but it is a cheat code, and I do like it a lot. But yeah, okay. I've run out of things to say, which doesn't happen this early on in the day. But if you guys have any other questions, go watch this Action 6 video if you are here. I would really, really appreciate that. Because this video is doing absolute trash. But I will see you guys in the treadmill stream. Because I don't have a video coming, because I don't have a video coming out tomorrow. Probably see me tomorrow. I have seen it, but not in person, and I want to. And I gotta wait till NAB, which is way later this year than it normally is. But I'll see you guys in the Discord. Links in the description. Peace.